All right. Thank you so much, Monique, for agreeing to come onto the podcast. I am so excited to chat with you today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Dr. Nicole. I am all for the top excited.
Yeah. So, why don't we start off by having you tell us a bit about yourself and your family?
Whew, I'm trying to keep it short. I am originally from Suriname in South
Uh-huh.
America, so I speak Dutch. That's my first language.
Oh,
Um, but I've lived in St. Martin for 12 years, where I also spoke Dutch and English.
okay.
Then I moved to the States, which is a whole other story and podcast by itself. Where I met my husband, who is he's from Guyana, but he's lived
Oh,
here since he was 11 or so.
okay.
So I moved here in 2020, the year
Uh-huh.
2020, and
All right. So, in order to understand the birth, we have to understand what the pregnancy was like. So, what was your pregnancy and prenatal care like?
um, in the moment it felt heavy, but looking
Mm,
back, it was a breeze. What I mean with so it has to do with me having a very low pain threshold. Uh-oh.
okay.
So I can't take headaches for hours, for instance. I can't take pain at all.
Gotcha. See,
So
we all have to know where we stand. So, you know where
correct.
you stand with pain.
Yes.
Yes.
um, but it was pretty straightforward. Well, was it straightforward? Um, yes and no. I had a miscarriage the year before, which ended at 10 weeks. And it was
Okay.
just chromosomal anomalies. So for this pregnancy,
Oh,
I was
did
very
they did they
alert.
actually did they actually send the tissue off
No,
to
they
be
did not.
okay?
But the OBGYN explained that to me. It was 10 weeks. And actually, at my first ultrasound, the heartbeat was already weak. And I think
Okay.
he actually suspected it already because the way he spoke to me, he was speaking in the sense of, miscarriages can happen. And I'm wondering, why do you talk to me about miscarriage at my first meeting?
Got
And
it.
he said, come back next week. Let's see if the heartbeat is a bit stronger. And it was not.
Okay.
There was no heartbeat the
Okay.
next time. So
Okay.
I asked him the next meeting, why did you say that? And what did you see warranted you telling me all of this? He said, well,
Right.
your age is one. The heartbeat
Mhm.
wasn't there is two. The age wasn't corresponding with what you said at your last menstrual period. So I understood those things. And that
Sure.
was a surprise to me. And that was
Okay.
the first time I heard that 1 in 4 people have a miscarriage the first time. So
Mhm.
I decided there and then I'm going to prepare everything I can for my next marriage, for my next pregnancy, everything I can know.
Right.
But the pregnancy
Right.
was a breeze. I was just, what's the word, not just for a few days only. And in the end, I was just tired. I was just tired of being pregnant.
Okay.
I couldn't turn in bed. I couldn't get up from the chair by myself. But that's all.
Right.
I had no issues whatsoever. None. Nothing.
Well,
Not even
good.
not no bleeding, no spotting. It was clear.
And good. And let's remind folks, what age are you or were you at your pregnancy?
So the first marriage, I keep saying marriage. The first pregnancy, I
Hmm.
was 40. The second one, I was
Okay.
41, and then 42 at delivery. So I'm currently
Okay. Okay.
42. Yeah.
Okay. And did you have any trouble
Yeah.
getting pregnant at all?
No.
Oh,
Actually, I wasn't expecting to get pregnant because I am 42. My husband is older. He's
right.
56. So,
Okay.
pregnancy was a blessing. I asked him in the beginning, would you mind
Gotcha.
if we don't get children? And he said, well, I didn't marry you for your ovaries. So, no. Um, so,
Uh-huh. Sure. Right. Gotcha. 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 Okay, I don't know why it's saying the same thing, refresh again. Can you just do the same thing? This is the first time I've had this happen. Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's okay. Okay. And then if you Okay, sounds good.
We should be good. Yeah, we should be good now. Can you hear me? We should be good now. Not sure if you can hear me or
Okay.
see me.
Yep. Now I can hear you.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know what is going on. It's
It may be me. I have DuckDuckGo, the whole privacy thing, but and that may be preventing us from doing things from
got it.
another computer. So I turn it
Okay.
off, and hopefully that'll
Okay.
work.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right.
Yes.
So let's just hop back right into it. So,
hmm
so overall, then you were satisfied with your prenatal care.
I was. To be honest, I was. The OBGYN, and I really love him, Dr. Griggs. He gave me time to ask all my questions, and I had a lot of questions, because I did a lot of research, and I wanted to know how he stood on what his opinion was on certain things. I wanted to understand and know, and he gave me time every time. I would call, and I am actually very satisfied with the care overall.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. 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 So now you mentioned that you had to get adjusted to U.S. birth customs. What do you mean by
Yeah.
that?
Um, I have never given birth, one, and I have never given birth in the U.S. But I know how things are in Suriname, where I'm from, and in St. Martin. Um, things are just different. One of the differences is you. I'm not sure if you can choose either OBGYN or midwife. That's one. Secondly, in Suriname, the conversation with the doctor is a one-way conversation. He says
Mm,
or she said what will happen, and that's it. Um, because my younger sister was pregnant at the same time or even earlier, and I would ask her certain things and she wouldn't know, and I would say, ask, but the culture isn't there to ask. So either the culture isn't there or the time is not there to ask.
gotcha.
um, we don't have doulas. That's one. Because in the
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean, your family is your doula. You have a mom, they're a sister, they're a cousin. So you don't worry about after. I had to worry about it because we are secluded almost. Um, yeah, I had to get accustomed. Had accustomed to the U.S. by itself. I don't know how things go. I'm here only for 2 years, so I had to adjust myself to that, and then being pregnant in a strange country. Yeah,
Gotcha. That's a lot to get used to.
it is. It was, but my
Yeah.
experience was positive, I must say. And
Okay, good.
I have listened to a few stories. Listening to persons, not everybody has that same positive experience. They have to either fight for what they want, or advocate, um, practically fight for what they want. I did not have experience at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Good, good, good. And do you have any family here or is it just you and your husband?
I have no family here. And his closest family lives 5 hours away.
Okay. Right, right, right. Well, that was a lot. That was a lot. Yeah. So, what concerns did you have? Yeah, yes. Yes, indeed. So, what concerns did you have being an older first-time mom? Oh my goodness, what is going on? Um, yeah. I guess yeah, I guess do it again and we'll just keep going. Sorry about this. No, that's okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. So, the question was, what concerns did you have being an older first time mom?
Um, One, being old by itself, because I've heard so often that I'm geriatric and all of that. So that was my concern, that
Right.
getting pregnant may be a blessing, but that's not all. Also because my younger sister, who I told you about, she actually got a stillborn. So I had that in the back of my head.
Oh,
Then I had my miscarriage. So I, every time I woke up, I was happy I was still pregnant.
sure.
So that was an issue by itself. That's one. Um, and would I be able to carry my child to term and have a healthy child? Because being older, you're susceptible to more sicknesses and all other things. So those were my
Hmm.
only concerns. And after that, would I be able to deal with all the postpartum issues? That was really
Right.
my only concern.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, how far along was your sister when she had a stillbirth?
She doesn't know. It was full term. I
Oh
think
my
it was more than
gosh.
37. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
know.
yeah, that's a lot. That's a
Oh,
lot.
and on top of that, my mom also lost her first child, but he was 1.5.
Oh,
So I have that history to deal with. So I'm thinking, whew, how will this go?
sure.
And I was trying hard not to let that concern me too much that my pressure would go up.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to deal with that and yet be peaceful and calm inside, not to affect the
Yeah.
baby in any way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
waking up pregnant was my concern every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would wake up every day and say, I'm thankful that I'm still pregnant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's
All
do
right.
this. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, what are some of the things that you did to prepare for your birth?
I did a lot. I really, really did a lot. So, first
Mhm.
of all, I don't like surprises at all. I like to know everything. I know I cannot know everything, but at least I wanted
Mhm.
to know what the possibilities were. So,
Mhm.
I listened to 1,000 podcasts. And when I say 1,000, I mean I will mention them. I will mention a few.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, I had I downloaded a few apps. I will mention them in a minute.
Uh huh.
And I enrolled in everything that says "Let's help mom." One of the things is that my insurance has a program called Baby Yourself from
Uh
Blue
huh.
Cross Blue Shield. I enrolled in it for a nurse to call me every month to see what's going on. I hired a doula, both a birth doula and a postpartum doula.
Okay.
Um, I did my prenatals and I did Element. Um,
Mhm.
and I like their service too. That's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Um, So what I did was I did research on older moms or
Uh huh.
pregnancy older than 40 years. I read a lot. So the apps that I used were What to Expect. They have an app and they
Uh
give
huh.
you week by week prognosis of what you can expect. And
Right.
24 Baby, which is a Dutch app, but same concept.
Sure.
I did birth education. I did yours.
Uh huh.
Which I like. I still have it, of course. I There's also birth education done by a doula. Her name is Nikia Lawson. Free
Okay.
education, and
Okay.
they do it, and they have it every month, 4 days,
Uh huh.
four times a month. Yes, correct. And they explain everything the same way you explain it, only from a doula standpoint. You had from a medical
Got it.
standpoint.
Got it. Got it.
Um,
Got it.
and all those things helped. And I had a podcast. The first one I
Uh huh.
listened to is Life After Miscarriage because I had to deal with that.
Okay.
Basically, that was for me to know, to validate my feelings because it was
Sure.
really, really painful. And nobody speaks
Sure.
about it being painful. It was really
Mhm.
like, what do you call those things? Contractions. It was bad.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to hear
Mhm.
that somebody had the same experience. So
Sure.
when I heard a few stories that it is possible, I said, okay, then I'm okay. I listened to the Bird Hour. I listened to All
Mhm.
About Pregnancy and Bird. I listened
Mhm.
to Evidence Based Bird.
Yep.
24 Baby, which is a Dutch one. We
Okay.
have Down to Bird, Preggy Pels, Pregnancy Podcast.
Uh-huh.
And the one that I like is It Normal?
Oh, I haven't heard that one.
I think it's a British one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
where a pregnant lady talks to both a doctor and a doula. And they ask questions. Is this normal? This happens to me. Is it normal? And then she would explain it. So those are
Nice.
the podcasts I listen to.
Okay, so you were very well prepared.
Yes. So after a while, when people come onto your podcast, I could almost say, okay, this is going to happen. This is going to be suggested. I was almost an online OBGYN.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
I
So
love it,
I
love it,
knew the
love it.
possibilities. Yeah.
Sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure. So what are some things that you wanted for your birth?
It may sound funny, but all I wanted was peace. I wanted to be
Mm.
at peace with everything that happened. So be it a, a what you call it, no medication because it was
Mhm.
not available, be it a C-section because whatever happened, be it whatever emergency, I wanted to be at peace with any decision. I wanted to
Yeah.
be informed every step of the way. And for me to
Yeah.
know that, I had to know what the possibilities are so that I could ask the right questions. I
Yes.
wanted no surprises and I wanted no pain.
Okay.
So I wanted a epidural from the minute I walk in.
Ver
I know it's not
Sure.
possible, but walking with my back open,
Yeah,
right
like,
here, go.
I'm ready.
I'm
Yes.
ready. And I told the doctor from the beginning, I want no pain at all. I
Right.
cannot take pain. But for me,
Okay.
important was peace, and I
Yeah.
wanted to be included in every decision. Don't tell me
Okay.
I'm going to do this. No,
Sure.
we have to do this. What do you think?
Right.
So yeah,
Right. I
that's
love
what I
that. I
wanted.
love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So then what exactly happened with your birth?
So everything went well. But by week 37, I was tired. I wanted
Mm.
it over with.
Mhm.
Most doulas don't encourage induction. I was ready.
Mhm. You were
I
like,
mean,
let's get it
let's get this
going."
over.
Right.
Yes. But also I knew that, and I think I asked you once also that the older you are,
Mhm.
the what was the explanation? The explanation was from evidence-based birth that the placenta loses its not value, but it's
Yeah, it doesn't work as well.
correct
Um,
after
mhm.
with the normal birth after 40 weeks.
Mhm.
But that happens at 37 when you're 40 and older. So
Mhm.
I wanted the baby out by 37 weeks. So when I went for my oh, and by the way, my baby was almost always breech, almost always.
Okay.
I could feel her head on the side, but by
Okay.
I think week 36, she turned head down. I was so happy.
Okay.
But when I went to my 37th week appointment, she was breech again.
Okay.
Let me see. No, she was head down indeed.
Okay.
But then I mentioned induction. I said, "What? How about it?" He said, "Yes, he was going to mention it." And by the way, my due date was Christmas, really
Okay.
December 25th. So the doula
Uh-huh.
was saying, be careful. People push their induction dates around those
Uh-huh.
days."
Yeah, they do.
I didn't care. I wanted the baby out. So I wasn't, but I really, so when he said it, at least I brought it up, not he did. I did it first. He
Sure.
said, "I would like to induce you at week 38 if you're 39, if you're okay." I said, "I'm okay." So when I went to my appointment for the 39th week, we were going to make an appointment, and he said, "Well, actually, the hospital doesn't agree with that policy. They want to induce at week 40." So I was very, very disappointed that day. I almost cried
Mm.
because they said, "No induction for you. Your age is not an indication." So they had my
Really?
induction.
Even being over 40?
Yes.
I'm
Although the doctor
surprised.
really wanted, but the hospital wasn't. They said, "We can put you on the wait list."
Uh-huh.
And I went home really disappointed. Actually, sad. I was really sad. I wanted to cry.
Sure.
But I decided, you know what, I will. It was the week before Christmas. We celebrated Christmas. I didn't go anywhere because I was really uncomfortable at that time. Nothing
Mhm.
fits. And then the hospital called on Boxing Day. They said, "We have a space available. Are you willing?" My husband and I rushed out of the house. "Yes, we are ready." The bag was packed from week 30, so we
Right.
went out. I said, "But wait, you said the waiting was to be for the Tuesday." They said, "Yes, if it has to be Tuesday, you have to come on Monday so we can prepare."
Sure.
I explained my husband, induction doesn't mean the baby will be here tomorrow. It
Right.
means they will start. I was a doctor. I explained this will
Yeah,
happen, and
yes. Yes.
so I was calm. We went, and um, the room was really roomy. It was a apartment. It was really nice.
Right. Nice.
And then they did a scan and noticed she was breech.
Okay.
I said, "Wow, at this point you want to be breech?" So, and the doctor who came in, I know that she's a hospitalist because she was not my doctor, but she was at the
Ah.
hospital.
Uh-huh.
She did say, "I work with your OBGYN. Your baby is breech. I can try the ECV." I wasn't for that because I know it's painful.
Okay.
I know it works 50% of the time. I was informed.
Yes.
I said, "No, we are not going to try that." She said, how do you think about the C-section? And I said, I am okay with it.
Right.
I'm not going to push out a breech baby. I
Right.
mean, let's do what we need to do. She said, "We can schedule one for tomorrow if you're okay with it." I said, "I'm okay with it." So we
Right.
scheduled one for the next day. And I was really at ease. And then all of a sudden, I heard my machine beeping. So I called the nurse. I said, something is beeping over here. She said, it's beeping because your pressure is really high. It was 160. And my
Mm.
pressure has always been 125, 135.
Mhm.
But 160 was really high. He said, and your liver enzymes are elevated, something like that. So you are at risk for preeclampsia. I said, oh, so it's a good thing that I'm actually here
Right.
because I wasn't feeling anything. I wasn't feeling bad or
Right.
so. So I was happy to be
Right.
at the hospital where they could catch it one time. So I was happy to be there.
Yes.
And so they gave me magnesium immediately, and I knew magnesium can make you feel bad. It did not.
Mhm. Oh, good.
Yeah, it did not. But at least I was prepared for it. Everybody who talks about it. And I explained when they left, I talked to my husband, are you okay with us going ahead with the C-section? I don't want
Mhm.
the easy. I explained to him why not. He said,
Right.
man, I should have listened to your podcast and your stories more often to know that you know all of this. I said, you should have.
Yes. Yes. Yes, you should have.
And I fight him a few times, but anyway, every time I listen, I explained to him what I learned. So we decided to do that the next morning, and my OBGYN came in. He said, are you ready? I said, I'm ready as can be.
Yeah.
I know the epidural can hurt the initial
Mhm.
can hurt. It did not. I was really at ease. The only thing I was wondering is how did they get me from one bed to the next? Anyway,
Ah.
it was really, I don't know because I didn't see anybody lifting, but I was on
Uh-huh.
another
Yeah,
bed.
we kind of slide folks, yeah.
So wow, that's good. Um, then he came in. He said, you know why you're here? I said, yes. Yeah, we're asking you just that we don't remove your uterus by accident. We know, you know what we're going to do.
Sure.
He said, and then I remember you did that too. We call it, you said a stop to see, you know, that we
Uh-huh.
have the right person. I said, I know
Mhm.
this. And he said, and I'm going to check if your epidural works. And it does because I pinched you and you didn't scream. I said, oh, I didn't
Mhm.
feel anything. He said, I also
Right.
put the liquid that's supposedly to be icy, and I didn't feel it. So I
Good.
was good.
Good.
He said, I'm not going to give you a play by play. It doesn't matter. I said, I don't need the play by play. All I need is to
Right.
hear the baby cry.
Right.
So we started at 8. She was out by 8:14.
Okay.
And she screamed her lungs out, as she still does.
Oh goodness.
Yes, they did not do skin to skin, but I think because I asked him before, he said yes, we can do it, but I didn't discuss skin to skin with the C-section. But they gave her
Okay.
to me, and they gave her to my husband after when I was rolled
Okay.
out to the next room. I forgot what the room is.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and I was pain free for the entire day. He came the next morning and I asked him, "Did everything go well?" He said, "Yes, you did great." And I asked him if I made a good decision declining the ECV. He said, "Actually, I am happy you did because first of all, we don't know why she was breached all the time, and when she had
Mhm.
breached again, it may
Mhm.
have been something in your uterus, so we don't know. So I'm happy you did not."
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and he said, "You did excellent." He said that a few
Yeah.
times. I said, "No, you
Yeah.
did excellent." So he said, "How is the pain?" I said, "Actually, I have no pain at all, really, the next day. But the day after, he explained, we give you pain medication for 24 hours.
Right.
He said, so the pain will come in gradually." And it did,
Okay.
but not as bad because I remember the next day, I was in pain, but it wasn't the incision. Now I know it has been gas. I didn't know gas
Uh-huh.
could hurt so much. I said,
Listen,
wow,
that can be awful. It can really be awful.
really? Just air?
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
cried.
Yes. 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 It's like, Lord, help me, please. I have got to get
Yes.
this out of my body. Yes.
I had
Mhm.
no clue. So the nurse said, I think it's gas. I said, no, it's not gas. It's pain.
Right.
She was a really nice nurse, I must say. No, Nurse Joan. She said, what about a suppository? I said, I don't think that will help. It's just painful. And then they gave me some IV pain medication. It was really, really bad. But
Mm.
after that, it was okay. The only thing I was surprised about is that before delivery, I couldn't get out of bed myself, and I thought it would be over. Oh, it was even worse. I couldn't get out of bed myself. I couldn't walk, but I had the peace that I wanted. I felt at ease. I felt
Right.
okay. It was
Right.
good. I mean, C-section is not the ideal way to deliver a baby, but I was really okay with everything, considering my age. She was breech, and my pressure went up for no reason, really
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, even though I don't know, I don't know if I would say that it's not ideal. It seems like that was the way that she was supposed to come.
correct,
Mhm.
correct. And
Yeah, that was
I didn't want it to be a surprise for me. I knew what would
yeah.
happen at a C-section. Every step I wanted to know, how are they going to numb me? How?
Sure.
So yeah, but it was
That's
really
awesome.
okay.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So then are you breastfeeding?
I am.
Okay.
Not exclusively though, but mostly
Uh-huh.
breastfeeding. But my position was I want to breastfeed, but not at all costs. If it's gonna
Yeah.
hurt me, that's I am in mortal debt every day to feed her.
Yeah.
Then no.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to give myself time because I know it's a new thing. By the way, my birth doula is also a lactation consultant, so she helped me before
Ah,
with
nice. Nice.
positions. The hospital also has lactation consultants
Uh-huh.
who you can get, at a call immediately. So I got my support.
Good. Good.
So yes,
And
I'm
was your birth doula there at the hospital with you?
um not at the birth because this hospital doesn't only allowed one person,
Gotcha.
and my husband was there.
Okay.
And I had a doula because I remember telling the doula I want a doula because I want my husband to be my husband,
Uh-huh.
not helping me. What I want him to be there for me,
Yeah.
and then you be there for me and for him eventually. So,
Yeah.
but since she knew that the baby was breech, she said I cannot be there at the birth, but I will come after. She
Okay.
did come after. I cannot remember. I told her I cannot remember that you came. She said I have a picture. Look, I was
Yeah.
here. I do not remember at
Right.
all.
Right.
So,
Right.
but she was, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
probably drugged up and yeah, in babyland.
Yeah. 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 And then you
Yeah.
said you have a postpartum you hired a postpartum doula also.
Yes, because we are on our own.
Uh-huh.
His mom lives 5 hours away. My mom is an ocean away.
Sure.
And I didn't, as I said, I don't want surprises. I want to see,
Mhm.
one, can I do it? And if not, I want somebody available right there and then.
Gotcha.
So I
Gotcha.
think we called her from the second day. My husband was home for two
Uh-huh.
weeks after.
Okay.
Um, and then he started working again, slowly, but now he's working full time. So
Okay.
we contacted the person. She was recommended by the other doula,
Uh-huh.
and I told her, all I want you here for is for me to relax. I don't want to wash dishes. I just want to relax. She said, that's
Yeah.
what I'm here for. I said, I want to be lazy. I don't want to be a super mom.
Yes. I
And she said,
love it.
that's what I'm here for.
Yes.
So she really did that. She gave me the rest that I needed. Simple things: wash the dishes, bring the baby for me because I couldn't walk immediately, bring her for me. You hold her after I nurse. That was really good. 4 hours a day, and it did work. It was still heavy because you are the rest of the day by yourself. And I
Right.
remember one day, but I knew it was half hormones and half tiredness, sleep
Uh-huh.
deprivation. I was
Uh-huh.
dreading the nights because she wasn't sleeping at night.
Mm.
Or let me say it different. She would sleep at night, but to get her to
Mm.
sleep at night was hell.
Gotcha.
So I cried. I said, I don't want it to be night. And he said, why didn't we call the doula? I said, you're right. Let's call it. Then I know at least, even if I didn't sleep, I can sleep in the morning when she's here.
Right.
So it worked out. I am now 6 weeks and I'm not as tired as I was.
Okay.
I have a friend who came over from St. Martin, so she cooks and she does everything. She is my
Oh,
live-in doula.
that is very nice.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
nice. Very
So
nice.
it really helps to have somebody around.
Yeah, it does. It does. It
Yeah,
does. And I love how you were very clear, like, this is what I need. So help me with
yeah.
this.
Please,
Yes, yes,
yeah. If you're
yes,
gonna come
yes.
here and make me feel lazy because I sit the whole day, then I don't need you.
I
But
love it.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
So, have you had your postpartum visit yet? Your
Yes,
postpartum
I went
checkup? Mhm.
yesterday. And he said again, you did great. I said I really enjoyed the. I said I enjoyed. What did I tell him? He said thank you I said thank you. He said no, I enjoyed taking care of you. I really did.
Mm,
Because but every with every visit I had my questions ready, and not the yes or no question, but what do you think of a doula? And he would answer me, and I like the way he answered. What do you
right.
think of induction, and how is it up? He really, nothing was offensive for him. It
Mhm.
was a really conversation, and I
Yes.
enjoyed it. And I
Yes.
didn't attack him, and I wasn't there with the decline everything. policy that
Mhm.
people like these days. Everything is declined.
Mhm.
No, I wasn't for that.
Right.
I just wanted to understand everything. So I
Yeah.
went yesterday, and he said everything is going well. He said the only thing is you cannot get pregnant for a year. I said, in the event I don't want to, but in
Right.
the event I do, is it a disaster? He said, it's not, but we would not want you to be pregnant within a year. So we
Right.
spoke about that. I told him I did a whole lot of research, but I did not do research on birth control after.
Ah.
So we
Mhm.
spoke about that, and it was a good conversation. Yeah,
Good. Good, good, good.
yeah.
So how do you feel overall about things?
If you had asked me 3 weeks ago, I would say I am dead tired. I am
Mhm.
happy, but I'm dead tired. But today,
Mhm.
6 weeks out, have my friend here. I feel good.
Good.
I
Good.
will not, but I think I can do it again, but I will not.
Okay. Okay.
I feel good.
Ah,
She
good.
is really adorable. She sleeps during the day. She sleeps during the night,
Right.
but to get her to sleep after 5, she just wants to be up, I think.
Sure.
But
Sure.
other than that, I feel good. I
Good.
can walk.
Uh-huh.
I can laugh because in the beginning you cannot even laugh. I can laugh
Yeah.
again.
Okay.
I lost a lot of weight,
Okay. Yes. Yes.
and I like that. I mean, that's not what you want with
Right.
pregnancy, but it worked for me.
Yeah. Right.
Um,
Right. Right.
yes,
Right.
I'm okay. I can do this again.
Good.
I will
Good.
not.
Right. Right. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. And when are you going back to work? Or are you going back to work?
Yes, I'm going back to work March 15th. Yeah. I took is it 12 weeks?
12
I got
weeks.
12
Okay.
weeks.
Okay. Okay.
So March
Okay.
15th. So I have a
Okay.
whole month more to go.
Yeah.
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 And my
Yeah. Well,
then my
good.
mom will be here 10 days after. So I'm good.
Oh, that'll be nice. Yeah, that'll be
Yes.
nice.
Yeah. So it's a
Yeah.
good thing to look
Yeah.
forward to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So then what is your one favorite piece of advice that you would give to folks who are getting ready for their birth?
I would say prepare.
Mhm.
Um, and in order to prepare, you have to research a lot. You have to know what are knowledgeable resources, what are good resources. Um, Prepare, do a birth education class. It really, really helps to know all the possibilities. Not to
Mhm.
cling to one possibility, not to cling to I want a non-medicated birth, but to know everything that can happen, so that whenever it happens, you are at ease.
Yes.
So prepare and plan your postpartum. The way I had my
Yeah.
doula plan, it really helped. Plan postpartum as well, because if the baby's here,
Mhm.
then what? I
Right.
mean, the nurse in the hospital will not come with you, although I wanted to. But
Right.
prepare and plan postpartum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. Well,
yeah,
where can women connect with you? Are you on social media anywhere or anything like that? You can say no.
yeah. I was on Instagram. I'm not anymore. Um,
Okay.
I'm on Facebook, which is private. So the best way to reach me is email, which I find more personal, actually.
Okay.
So people may send me an email.
Or actually,
You
how
have my
about if
email.
anybody wants to contact her? Yeah, you can email us and we will put her because I don't like to give out folks' emails.
Great.
So yeah, yeah.
That's fine. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Monique, thank you so much for agreeing to come onto the podcast. There are so many great lessons and things that people will be able to take away from this. So I so
Yeah.
appreciate your time.
Thank you. And thank you for what you do. I mean, I learned a lot from your podcast. Because of your podcast, I was at ease. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.